So, for this yapping session, I'm gonna look like an American boy for now. You wanna play some basketball? You wanna play some ball? I have a basketball here, tiny one. Almost broke something off the wall, but hey, we got him. Oh, ball. And I got a picture of Michael Jordan up here. Probably gonna see in some other videos. Not gonna show you here. But what I wanna talk about is sport. I wanna talk a little bit about sport in this video. And recently, about 1.5 months ago, I started doing boxing. I've had some experience with martial arts in my life throughout my childhood and then in the teenage years, but nothing serious. I only had, like amateur, like I had one amateur fight and a few like belt fights, but few street fights here and there. But now I'm back, at boxing. I've been doing boxing now for 6 weeks. That's 6 weeks. I'm not stopping. Not stopping anytime soon. I do want to go into fighting again and maybe go for some amateur fights for sure with some either very short and fat people or very tall and lanky people like me, or maybe medium-sized muscle guys because I'm gonna be in that weight category. Oh, anyways, character building, I guess. So I gotten into box again, and boxing, I really like boxing. And it's for this one small reason that I really like it. Boxing trains this one massively good skill that I apply in my life everywhere and anywhere that I go, and I can only learn it through boxing. There's literally no other way to learn it but only through getting punched in the head and kicked in the head, and only through fighting. And the skill is it's confidence. The skill of confidence. When you get hit on a frequent basis, every week or whatever, you learn to take those punches in. And every single punch that you take in, that builds your confidence a little bit. Because you're thinking, okay, I took that hit, nothing happened, okay. Pain is an illusion, my friend. Pain is temporary. And so when you get hit, you don't feel pain. Adrenaline's rushing and all these things. But it builds your confidence little by little. Getting hit, okay, whatever. And then what you end up seeing is, if you do it long enough, you end up seeing that your actions become more confident. You become more confident. You feel less fear. You're less fearful, right? Things don't scare you so much. And you simplify your life into these like two categories. I have to fight or I don't have to fight. But you only get that when you get punched in the face, every week. Like if you're training. You simplify your life to, do I need to fight or I don't need to fight? And you look at things in your life that way as well. When there is a situation that's maybe not a good situation for you, the outcome is not so great, you have the confidence to suck it in and, either keep moving or decide, do I have to fight this or I don't have to fight this? Most of the time you don't have. Fighting is like, I would say, is physical, or some, of course you can have like mental, like look at Andrew Tate. He's fighting all the possible angles of potentials. He's fighting all those angles. Like he's fighting on social media, he's fighting physically, he's fighting in the business space, he's fighting in the believer space, he's fighting in the spiritual. Like the guy is fighting on all fronts. And I guess that's what a conqueror is. A conqueror is somebody who's fighting on all fronts. Look at all the big names: Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great. These people, if you look a little bit into history, of course, there's a little bit more than fighting. There's diplomacy and making friends and enemies, etc. But you can see that the great conquerors, Napoleon, they were smart, but they were fighting everyone on all fronts until there was nobody to challenge them anymore. That's when they became conquerors. When nobody could challenge them anymore. When they are the dog at the top, or like USA, like they're the dog on the top. That's it. There's nobody else to challenge them for the time being. If they start declining too much, somebody's gonna try and challenge them. But at this moment, nobody dares to challenge them. They're the big dog, and they've been a big dog, I don't know, since the Second World War, and it's probably gonna stick the same for some time. But that's what the conqueror is. And Andrew Tate is like that. He's fighting on all fronts, and it's only a matter of time before, in his space, in the places where he's fighting, he's gonna be the top G. He's gonna be the conqueror, because there's nobody else gonna be standing in his way. And so that's what I like about fighting. That's what I like about getting punched in the face. It basically makes your spirit stronger. And that's a crazy feeling to feel. When you spiritually feel stronger week by week, and you're ready to take on new challenges, harder challenges, and things don't scare you easily. I love that feeling. When I'm out there, and maybe there's, like, I had this occurrence recently where I was in a supermarket, and there was some inadequate guys, just screaming around, drunk or maybe on drugs or something. And I could see everyone being like scared and like, oh, what's happening? Everyone's like freezing up. And I just went on with my business. And by then nothing happened, but I could see everyone freezing around me. Like everyone's stopping. They're not moving forward in the shopping center to actually leave the building, simply because there are some scary people, in between them. And, I just thought to myself, well, if I have to fight, I'll fight. But if I don't have to fight, I won't fight. And guess what? I didn't have to fight. So nothing, but I didn't allow myself to feel that fear. It wasn't like, it was very clear to me. All right, if the situation asks me to, fight someone, might get punched in the face, might get stabbed, whatever, I'll take it. But if not, then nothing happens. And having that sense of mind, I swear it came because I was doing boxing for the last 6 weeks. That kind of calm and good sense of, like control of my body only came from that, from fighting, from getting punched in the face. And then after you build some tolerance to getting punched, it's like, okay, whatever. And then in business, when something fails, okay, whatever. I'll just keep moving, just keep fighting. Yeah. Joking. But yeah, guys, start doing a little bit of fighting in your life. Go out there, get punched in the face. Don't be a bitch. Grow up, grow some balls, and be a man. Get punched. Bam, bam. Take it like a man, and then stand up and say, "Fuck you."